being here. The sun came out just in time. I promise not to roast everybody. We'll be a handful of minutes and then we'll be partying and drinking. So welcome to the wedding of Hannah and Harry, ladies and gentlemen.
Hannah, in communications class, when we were put into groups and told to come up with a word that described you, that matched the first letter of your name, it was written on your face you could not think of a word to describe yourself with a word that started with the letter H. So I described you as Harry, H-A-R-R-Y, and I knew you were going to take offense to it, thinking that I would be spelling it as H-A-I-R-Y. I then had to give the spelling and definition for Harry, which is to bother and harass. At the time, I didn't understand how accurate that would be. I have far more words to describe you. Loving, kind, smart, hilarious, gentle, soft, beautiful, brazen, and spiteful in the oddest of ways. You'll notice that most of those words, or only one of those words, started with the letter H, mainly because I wasn't paying attention to the assignment. Hannah, I love you, and I want you to bother and harass me for the rest of my life.
From the moment we were assigned to the same group at OCC, and you called me Harry, I was mesmerized by your smile. You're still an ass for that, but we wouldn't be here today if I didn't find you charming. That day, on our first date, on one of our first dates, I remember admiring your deep blue eyes and noticing that gold ring around near the pupils and how I would get lost in them and how the gold ring would sometimes disappear when your pupils would dilate. I also remember on one of our first dates when my mom kindly asked you to take care of me. You said, "Don't worry, you won't be able to find the body." For some reason, well, not for some reason, I know why. I fell for you harder because you're just as weird as me. Like, really hard. I fell even harder for you, for every smile that you gave me, every laugh, and every time you tell a funny joke, or when you're the only one laughing at your joke. I love that. Sometimes I love it when you talk about your passions for technology, when you talk about video games or lore or whatever else. And I have no idea what you're talking about. But it's okay because I always try and listen and follow along because you always light up so bright when you talk about these things. And I wouldn't trade that for the world. You never had to try hard to make me fall for you, but I never doubted your love for me either. From the delicious meals you cook and the warm kisses or embraces that you give just because I'm crying about nursing school, or just to do it because you felt like it and you're very clingy. I love you, Richard Harold Stone, and there isn't an ounce of doubt that I will ever stop.
According to the laws of the state of Michigan and the authority granted me by the internet, I hereby pronounce you husband and wife. You may seal your promise with a kiss.